Alright. What's up, everybody, and welcome back. We're here with Onside Gaming's MARU in the bottom right side of the map, and he's going up against MAXPAX in the top left. Thought he was going to go for a gas for a second. I don't know why. This is the Afreeca Champions Cup group stage best of 3 match, and it is a $15,000 online tournament that was sponsored last week by Afreeca. So good on them, a rival platform to Twitch and whatnot. Guess you could call it the Twitch TV of Korea, though they do have Twitch as well. Maru's a big favorite here, of course, but MAXPAX did take him down in that big best of 7 Pigfest Grand Finals previously, so definitely something where he's got to watch out. Now, oh my, Maru, are you doing... I saw Beyond try this against MAXPAX recently. This is one where you build Marines at home, you build a second barracks, you make Marauders out of it, or is it just an engineering bay block? Never mind, I'm stupid. Yeah, I'm very dumb, guys. SCV gets spotted coming in. MAXPAX asleep, though. He did not notice that. MAXPAX. Oh, no, MAXPAX. He had vision of that for a good second or two. That was not like just a bare glimpse. If he knew it was there, guys, he would have already pulled 4 probes to the natural. This is really bad for MAXPAX because he's going to go Cybercore, go down there to take his expansion, and he's going to realize it's blocked. Let's look at this from MAXPAX camera, guys. He's looking at his scout. He goes, cool, all normal, all aboard the... Ah, damn it, I gotta go take my third base. Let's go back to everyone's camera. Now, Maru was a little bit, Oh, no. He's gone Reaper here. So he's going Reaper harass behind the engineering bay. He should go scout for that third base. He's just gonna check the right before he checks the left side. And MAXPAX is forced to go for a second gas, as well as a pylon on the low ground. Much cleaner opening for Maru, definitely. And once he sees this, he will cancel that engineering base. You see, he'll glance back, cancel that, because he says, well, you've already committed to the third. No reason to tie up minerals over there. If he'd scouted that earlier, he could have technically got his command center started a bit earlier. Now, this is not free for Maru. You might think, oh, but he gets all the money back. He only loses 31 minerals. Opportunity cost is a real thing in StarCraft. And having 125 minerals tied up in an engineering bay delays your command center. We all know how important getting your expansion is up. That allows you to start double worker production, as well as start mining from a second mineral line. The earlier you do that, the faster everything else happens. The exponential growth in an economy-based game like StarCraft is so important. Now, as it's an adept on the map, it's going to be a stalker following that up, as well as a quick Stargate. I like this for MAXPAX, but I was going to say he needs to make sure he doesn't forget Warp Gate. It does start, perfectly timed. Maru's just making sure he's not getting counter-proxied right now. Very conservative play by him. A lot of Protoss players don't like defending this awkward expansion, so they'll try to do something aggressive to punish you. And MAXPAX especially is known for doing a lot of proxy gate plays with a third gateway. And this is not the case this time, but Maru's got the bunker at home with the Marine, making the orbital immediately. He's going to go Cyclone and second barracks. Reaper runs in. Oh! Oh, he does lose a probe. Bit of a mistake there for MAXPAX. Oh, he's lost 2 probes, actually. That's pretty bad, man. I guess one of those was probably the scouting probe on his side of the map, wasn't it, from earlier? But definitely didn't need to lose that last one if he ran it away just a little bit more. On the other hand, the Reaper's gone, and with it, Maru's map vision. With the 2 barracks factory play, you can do a big attack. You can either keep building Cyclones or go straight into a siege tank and just rally across. You could also just go like non-stop Marines. He's going third barracks before starport. He's going to swap this one into the tech lab. Tech lab will go and build a new, or factory will build a new tech lab. And the standard way to play this at the moment is you put this barracks on that tech lab, factory builds a reactor, which the starport goes on, and then finally the factory actually does stuff. So the factory really is just there to get the early Cyclone, which defends you against air units, in this case the Phoenix, and the... all it's used for then is building add-ons, basically, for all your other structures. And he hasn't seen the Phoenix yet, so he might start a siege tank, but I think once he realizes it's Phoenix, it's probably going to cancel that and swap that off. Phoenix come in and pick up the Cyclone. 2 Phoenix aren't going to be able to kill that, though. The Cyclone does have 1 armor. And, okay, no, he's still going to build a siege tank here. There is the option to go for a push with that first tank, a big pack of Marines and a Cyclone. This third base is very exposed, going into a Robo Bay and a second gateway as MAXPAX. So he's going to try and play Phoenix Colossus, which is a style that's all about turtling and defending with a very immobile army of Colossus and a couple of gateway units. And Phoenix are your thing that stops the drops. Problem is, this third base is absolutely horrendous when it comes to the angles that it can get attacked from. Ooh, gets a Marine, gets an SCV. Finally, MAXPAX getting a little bit of value there. Phoenix are slightly faster than a Cyclone, so he does get out of range. Still no starport, no third or fourth gas, no engineering bay. A second tank is on the way, which tells us MARU wants to be highly aggressive. So it's going to be a 2-tank push with stim. No shields started just yet. There we go. Shields and a few more marines. Surely he pushes with this, right? I don't think you can wait too much longer. You've kind of got to get a move on here as MARU. Unless you're just gearing up for a giant tank push, but he doesn't have the gas for any more tanks. His third gas just started. Those Phoenix looking for more pickoffs. Cyclone going to keep on picking away at the weak Phoenix. And the third base goes down for MAXPAX. MAXPAX has done a pretty good job of recovering his economy so far. He's got an Immortal out. He's got a Sentry for Guardian Shield. Just warping in things like unupgraded Zealots for now. And there we go. Okay, that tank push is finally moving out. He's left a few Marines and a Cyclone. Oh, MAXPAX, though, is aware of what's happening now. He sees it. He's going to have to get back there. This Phoenix spots the move out. And that Colossus has a lot of work to do. If it can land a few shots on those Marines, that will be massive. He was expecting MARU to push to the left, but MARU is trying to play a little bit more devious. He's threatening the push, and then he's just pulling back, and he's actually not going to push for a while. Notice his +1's almost done. He's got 4 gases mining. He's still building siege tanks. MARU wants to win on 2 base, and I have a feeling he's going to pull SCVs with this, about 5 or 6 of them. He's going to build missile turrets outside the base, and I think he'll probably march forward either from this direction or this direction. And he's just going to basically say, tanks, marines, start building turrets, push on forwards. And because tanks beat the heck out of Colossus, especially once you get 4 or 5 of them, 5 siege tanks will put a Colossus on 1 hit point, which basically is dead, even with a battery there. And if you have those 5 tanks focusing the Colossus and you have enough anti-air to stop the Phoenix from picking up the tanks, then you can crush this army. Because the Twilight and the Forge, they're not finished. Charge is miles away. So I'm pretty sure MARU will just look for any timing before Charge and Archons are on the field. And oh, he gets a Phoenix! Nicely done by MARU. I think MARU's playing a really smart game here. He's threatening. He's not taking that much harassment damage. The units lost hub is great for him. He's lost only 2 SCVs, a couple Marines, and a Reaper. Dude, he's looking great. He's looking really, really fantastic. That's a lot of siege tanks, guys. I told you 5 tanks is the magic number. 350 damage from a volley of those tanks against the Colossus. It's armor, the only thing that'll save it there. I say 1 hit point. Well, maybe a couple hit points, like 3 or 4 hit points it'll survive on. But anyways, it's almost dead from that. Tank Bio coming up the left side. He didn't pull SCVs with it, so he's not going to build turrets. I guess he's just got confidence in focusing down the Phoenix with the Marines. Charge +1, not there just yet. MAXPAX could give this base up. Oh, he's doing a great job with his Colossus. He's got to pull back a little, though. Got to be real careful. Colossus doing what they can. Got to be careful with those Zealots and Sentries going far forward. He's going to try and get a tank snipe. The Immortal does snipe down the siege tank. Phoenix going after the Vikings, but you can't stand in range of those siege tanks, and MAXPAX is forced back. He lost his Sentries, he lost his Zealots, he lost a single Phoenix earlier in the game, but he took out a tank, a few Marauders and Marines. And you know what? If he's already planning to take the base on the right, I think he should take that now and just get ready to give up this area. The problem is that his Robo's here. So he really does not want to lose that Robo. He's making a Templar Archives. Charge is almost done. MARU may have found a pre-charge timing for now, but it's not going to last much longer. He's back up to 5 siege tanks. They're a little spread, though, so they can't all shoot the Colossus at once. Those Marauders go in front, but with 4 Colossus now, he's going to go for it. MAXPAX dives, picks up 2 of the tanks. He's focusing on that rather than fighting the Vikings. 3 Phoenix versus 2 Vikings. Look like they're doing okay. The Colossus spreading out very well. The Phoenix go for 1 more lift off. The last Phoenix will go down, but he's warping in 2 Stalkers. So even though there's a Viking left overhead, it doesn't matter. It gets shot down by the Stalkers. Every Colossus survives. And that was a 2-base all-in, guys. You might be like, what are you talking about? Pig, he's on 54 SCVs and has a third. No. That was a hugely committed push. And that's why I was saying you want to usually build turrets and maybe even bunkers and stuff with that. Because if you can have that little extra bits of anti-air damage, they can't pick up the siege tanks. Your tanks can focus the Colossus, and you really need that in those sort of battles. That's also why, with those pushes, a lot of the time the Terran will actually, rather than spreading out the tanks like MARU, they'll keep all the tanks in a tight clump. So they can all shoot the Colossus at the same time and just like 1 or 2 shot them down very quickly. That's huge. But because MARU spread his push out, he basically took a little bit longer to push in there. And while his first trade was good, once Charge kicked in, those Zealots charged on top. They absorbed a good tank volley or 2. I'll try to rewind the game at the end to check if MAXPAX or if MARU focus fired. But now MARU's just building tanks. He's adding Ghosts, Vikings. These are the right units to build, but he's doing it from way behind. That's a 63 Pro Protoss with a 4th base on the way. And I don't think he really gives an F about too much here. It does need to wait for some Zealots to tank. Almost loses an Arc on there. The Vikings will hold back the Colossus momentarily, but MAXPAX does not care. He's just going to dive. He knows he's got the numbers right now. He says, why would I let a game drag on against the king of macro, MARU? There's no reason to do that. Gets 25 SCVs there, and 4 base first, 2 base, 35 SCVs. MARU has to tap out. All right, guys, MARU in the top right. Game 1 not working out for him, but I'm sure he's going to fight back with a vengeance. He goes double gas this time. And MAXPAX in the bottom left going for a similar opening to last time, but not getting Cybercore blocked. He's going to feel happy about that. So I really feel MARU did a lot of fake move outs in that last game. Marine tank moving out of the map, roaming around, right? His whole goal was like, you're going to freak out, cut probes, make units, make panic shield batteries, and then I'm actually not attacking. I pull home, and I push 2 minutes later than you expected when you're trying to catch up on workers. But now your upgrades are late, your economy is not built as early. For anyone who doesn't understand that, because there's a lot of people who aren't really thinking about StarCraft in the economic sense, right? We do, especially if you're not a super experienced player. You come in, you're like, hey, I'm just watching war happen. But you got to remember the resources behind the logistics, the economy behind each side is really what matters. So if you trick someone into being super paranoid and not building workers early because they're making army, they're worried about dying, and then you hit them much later, they're much weaker against it because they'll end up building those workers later, and the investment in the workers doesn't have time to pay off. And it's a really simple calculation, right? The worker needs to pop out, it costs 50 minerals, and it needs to mine 10 trips just to pay for itself, at which point you're still down because you've lost opportunity cost. It needs to mine a bunch more to get a net positive on the minerals and to turn that into a Marine or a Marauder or some other unit or a Zealot to actually make it worth it. And this seems like a simple concept to experienced players, but of course, when you're new coming in, you just kind of forget about that whole thing. So essentially, if you can make your opponent think you're shoving across the map with a scary early push, he's going to stop building workers, start making army, he's going to freak out. But I feel like MAXPAX is so confident just following his game plan. He felt like he could just defend MARU even if he committed with very few units. Shout out to Moriarty in the Twitch chat, who's just said they've gone 22 wins, 7 losses after following the recent Bronze to GM series. That's awesome. That's a pretty crazy win rate. That one will drop as you guys level up, but glad to see a lot of people over on my Pig Coaching channel finding the new Bronze to GM Zerg that we finished recently, and the Terran one that's well underway at the moment. It's been a lot of fun. I will not teach you how to play like MARU. That's the one promise I can give you. I'll teach you how to not play like MARU because nobody's capable of that except MARU. 2 Cyclones and a Medevac. This is going to be a very aggressive play for MARU. He wants to get across this map and pile on the pressure. He does not want to give MAXPAX room to breathe. MAXPAX has no idea this is coming. He's like, oh, what's happening? What's happening? He's got to be careful. Don't lose your Phoenix, mate. He does get a couple of shots on the Medevac and does start to pull back. Oh, he's gone for the production. If he gets this pylon, that's huge. MARU's going to go for the production by the looks of it. Oh, he catches another Phoenix coming back. Gets a few ticks on it. Gonna go. Oh, actually, he's just going to go after the Gateway and the Cybercore, which is such big losses this early in the game. It's focusing the Cybercore. Warp Gate will finish just barely in time, but it's an awkward spot. You've only got 1 Adept, 1 Stalker, and 3 Phoenix. He's got to start rebuilding Gateway Cybercore right now, MAXPAX. MAXPAX, what are we doing? He's making an Immortal right now. He's warping in 2 Zealots and chrono boosting an Immortal. I think he should just take the losses. Back away. You're already going to lose these structures, MAXPAX. The worst decision here is to lose the buildings and get baited into throwing your army away as well. MAXPAX makes the mature choice, pulls back, restarts the Cybercore, but now he's down to just 1 gate, 1 robo production. Phoenix once again getting intercepted. Oh no, a double lock. He has to use 2 lifts just to save those 2 Phoenix, and now they're separated from the shield battery. The Immortal's not out yet. He needs to chrono that bad boy, but of course he also needs battery overcharge in the near future. Loses a Zealot. You do not want to be losing any of these units. Phoenix. Oh no! His Phoenix are dying to Viking Cyclone Rally! He does get rid of a Viking, but now he's lost his shield battery. The Immortal pops out too late! And MAXPAX is just getting overrun. I don't think he expected this. Remember, we said, I think MARU felt that MAXPAX did not respect his aggression in the last game. He's like, how did you have that much stuff? And MARU says, well, if you played greedy game 1, I'm going to punish you game 2. Gets in there and just wipes him off the map. Very well done by MARU. All right, down here in the bottom left side, we've got MARU. MARU representing onside. He's going to go double gas again. This is a giant map. I like surprise aggression on this map normally, but I don't think MARU should do anything like that last game. I wouldn't mind a 3 command center build for MARU as long as he feels confident he can defend a 4-gate blink, because that's what I would expect from MAXPAX. This map is amazing for 4-gate blink. This main base is giant. So what you really like to see is building here, siege tank behind them, and then you get like a tank here, and you do 2 bunkers at the front if you scout 4-gate blink. Now MAXPAX already came in, took a lot of damage, so a bit too much damage for him. Because he thought there was going to be an expansion, but he runs away, so I think he realizes it is a double gas build, and he actually cancels his Zealot and just builds the Nexus. So he was going to go Zealot pressure, but he changes his mind, realizing that there is no aggression to deal with. There's no proxy barracks or anything like that. Adept does come out, extra probes coming in, Pylon and the Natural is there as well. Oh man, we've got Proxy 3-gate. Oh, it's his favorite build. I told you, this is why MARU's scouting for this. MAXPAX uses this like 1 in 3 games right now. It's every best of 3, every best of 5. He uses this at least once. He's actually used it a lot on this map, maybe too predictably. If MARU no. MARU, just up there. Oh, okay. So this is one of the things. You become a little bit predictable, but then you study your opponent's scouting pattern, and you're like, oh, he checks for it, but he only checks so far. I'm just going to do it the same thing, but a little bit further back. MAXPAX with some preparation today by the looks of it. And this Adept, ooh, you should not be running your Adept across the map like this, guys. Not against the double gas build. He's going to lose that Adept. Oh, MARU went the wrong way. Oh, MARU, he guessed wrong. He assumed it was this way, doesn't find the Adept. Adept gets away. It's very good for MAXPAX. It still might get intercepted on the way home. There's only 1 Stalker out right now. These 2 Reapers and their Hellion are going to ruin that work line. Oh, no. Wait, why is he fighting the Stalker? MAXPAX, what? MARU, what the hell? I think he thought the Adept was on the other side of the map, so he thought, oh, I'll kill the Stalker and just get out of hand. But Warpgate's about to finish as well. I think MARU messed up with that decision. He's still going to get good damage, but it could have been great. The Hellion went down in the Natural. He gets 4 kills. He will save 1 Reaper. Oh, wait, no, that Stalker's on the case. And he gets shut down. Now, he saw the second gate, right? Yeah, he saw the second gateway. But was he paying attention? He's going to build a bunker. That bunker's way too late. He needed to build that a few seconds ago. He's got a Cyclone, so maybe he can hang on. He's building a siege tank. He's got a medevac. MARU should be able to defend this. The trick here is maintaining vision with that Cyclone lock. 3 Stalkers is pretty scary. Good pullback by MAXPAX. Breaks the lock very quickly. And now MARU's Cyclone is heavily damaged. So I like the way he's trying to chase, but he's already lost a Marine here. And MARU, he boosts the medevac. Oh, maybe a little early. He's got to repair that. Those SCVs need to get to the front. He needs to protect that bunker for another 9 seconds. Oh, okay. He locks onto the Adept. Does manage to kill that as it is stuck up front, but uh-oh. No, you can't lose the Cyclone, MARU! Oh god, MARU up front right now, but he's gonna lose the medevac. MAXPAX just shoves in. The bunker does get up though. Raise the wall, get it up, MARU. Okay, he gets it up, MARU gets it up. The SCVs and the mules pulling to the front. MAXPAX is large and in charge. There's a siege tank here though. It takes out a Stalker. I think this is a good hold for MARU if he can just not lose any more stray units. Siege tank sieges on the high ground. These guys are just gonna deny mining for a little longer and then probably run out of the base. 3 more Stalkers coming. Oh, he's actually continuing the aggression quite a lot. MAXPAX does this, and he very rarely backs off from this range. He's going for the tank! Oh! Oh, MARU was not expecting him to die for the front with another 3 Stalkers. He loses the tank. Uh-oh, MARU's in big trouble right now. Remember, MAXPAX sacrificed a lot of tech to make this happen. He does lose a Marine, but he's still got 3 in the bunker. That's going to damage any new units coming in reasonably well. He's lost 8 SCVs so far. The second tank was delayed. Where is that second tank, guys? The first one was out like a minute ago. MARU did not continue tank production in this scenario, and moving that tank to where he did was a little bit too dangerous by the looks of it. Oh, great plays by MAXPAX. MAXPAX is now going to get the bunker as well. There's a Banshee, a new tank popping out, but you've got to respect the 3-gate aggression. Losing mining on your natural time is not the end of the world. Remember, MAXPAX's follow-up to this opening is janky. It sucks. But MAXPAX and MARU, tried to not just play greedy. He tried to, like, straight up win the game by just being like, oh, I'm going to get my mining back up, shove you off my natural, and be in charge again. But he didn't have enough Marines. He needed to just hit non-stop Marine and factory production. And I'm pretty sure he missed a fair bit of Marine barracks production this game as well. Because he didn't have as many Marines as I expected. MAXPAX continuing to be decisive. He loses a Stalker, but the tank goes down. And look at that. The Marines are on top of. SCVs don't stand a match against this. Banshee comes in, but there's a shield battery there. He can just build it. He's got an observer already, so a single Stalker weapon will defend that. The Warp Prism's still microing this, and MARU, dude, oh, an unfortunate turn of events in this game. I'm telling you, MAXPAX 3-gate, it wins a lot of games it shouldn't. He's starting to get that parting-esque quality in PvT, where MAXPAX wins games that other players would not. MARU is on 12 SCVs, and he just taps out MAXPAX with a very decisive, aggressive build. GG, well played.